What's good? Happy Friday. Hope everyone is coming to the end of a fantastic week and ushering in the beginning of an even more fantastic weekend. It's the Lucky Lefty podcast. We are brought to you by Onora Whiskey. OnoraWhiskey.com is that premium American whiskey. OnoraWhiskey.com. And if you're going to drink, by all means, make sure that you do so responsibly. Left is going to be here momentarily. He was taking care of something with Lil Left right before the show. You know, it's just funny, man. Little kids, they find the most inopportune times to like jump into life and take center stage. But he'll be here shortly. We're going to talk running backs, right? We've been talking about depth charts. We talked about the linebacker depth chart, safety depth chart, cornerback. Today we're talking running backs. We're going to hear from Deland McCullough and a host of running backs on the Notre Dame roster and talk about what I believe is the best way to recruit running backs in 2023. I think Deland McCullough has a fantastic mindset towards the running back position, how he develops his players, and the mindset he gives them for success in the immediate at Notre Dame and then moving forward into the next level of the NFL. Absolutely. I think it's going to lead to fantastic recruiting at Notre Dame at that position with Jadarian Price, Jeremiah Love, and then we already have Aeneas Williams in the 24 class. So the recruiting has already taken a step forward, in my opinion, since Deland McCullough's arrival. And there's reasons for that, and we'll talk about that. But we're here from Coach McCullough and some of the running backs in the Notre Dame running back room. Before we do that, I need you guys to do me a favor. LuckyLeftyPod.com. LuckyLeftyPod.com is going to be live for the first time. Our website is going to be live April the 21st. That's right, April the 21st. LuckyLeftyPod.com is going to be live. We're going to have our apparel. We're going to have some breakdowns. You're only going to be able to get Malik's recruiting breakdowns at Lucky Lefty Pod. All right. We'll release his recruiting breakdowns on Lucky Lefty Pod, and then they'll end up on the Lucky Lefty Podcast YouTube channel. All right. Also, with that, I want you to keep in mind, we are on Apple Podcasts and Spotify via CFB Nation. Okay. And Brian Driscoll really did us a solid when we came over to CFB Nation for our podcast. He allowed our podcast to also be imported into the Irish Breakdown podcast thread on a daily basis. And it really helped us for people to get knowledge of where we would be and to get access to our content. Matter of fact, Left is in the building. What's up, Left?
We are here.
Yo, so I was just sharing with everyone how grateful we are that when we were able to bring Lucky Lefty Podcast to Apple Podcasts and Spotify, we were done a solid by Irish Breakdown and Brian Driscoll.
That's right.
And they allowed us to be able to have a very good foundation for our podcast by which we could grow.
That's right.
When we start the football season in August, we want you guys to know that Lucky Lefty Podcast, the podcast, digital audio form, will only be available at CFD Nation, not Irish Breakdown. So if you've been getting our podcast via Irish Breakdowns feed on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, you won't be able to get it after the first game of the season. It will be exclusively on CFB Nation because we are the big show. We are the number one show over at CFB Nation. And now we want to be able to take things to the next level. So exclusively at CFB Nation. And you can also go right to LuckyLeftyPod.com, which will be live April 21st for that great apparel. And also, you can get the link to the shows for the download each and every day on our website. So if you don't forget to go to CFB Nation, you can go directly to luckyleftypod.com in the future, and you can get it that way.
What a great rollout. What they say, click the link and begin to think.
Click the link and begin to think. So we want you to keep that in mind. We will remain on Irish Breakdowns thread throughout the summer. We will remain throughout the summer. We want to give everyone an opportunity to move on over to CFB Nation for our content. We want to give you time. We're not going to rush it, but you might as well start today. You might as well start today. Go over to CFB Nation. The same show that's on Irish Breakdown is on CFB Nation every day. So go set up your automatic download on CFB Nation to be able to get all of our great content, all of our great shows. Leave 5 stars, leave messages. We respond to them all. It's the home of the misguided passion. It's the Lucky Lefty podcast. We spin it different. So, Left, it's LL Nation, man. The Notre Dame fans, they're absolutely the best. I think that the greatest thing that we've probably experienced, I'm gonna be honest with you, Left. The greatest thing we've probably experienced is just to be able to do what we do on a daily basis.
On a
Like
daily
you can talk about accolades, numbers, and how we've benefited and been blessed from being able to do this show. But I tell people all the time, I go back and look at the first week of shows, and now I look at where we've come. I'm just so thankful, right? I'm thankful. I tell people all the time, be thankful for your today and grind for the next blessing. Be thankful for your today and grind for your next blessing.
That's right.
And that's how you go at it. So look, it doesn't matter what happens. We are extremely thankful for today. Just to be here, to be able to talk Notre Dame football. And we're putting in the grind to expand, build, and give you all the best content in the world. I do want to announce as well, our special guest, he told me I can go ahead and announce next Wednesday. So each Wednesday, we look forward to having Notre Dame greats on with us because the Notre Dame greats will be hosting the golfing experience in Ireland, August the 21st through the 26th. Tap in. Our first guest next week will be former Notre Dame running back Lee Becton. Former Notre Dame running back Lee Becton will join us next Wednesday to promote the trip, to talk about his journey to Notre Dame, and talk about his life after Notre Dame. And once again, it's all because of the great people connected to Host Heroes, former Notre Dame athletes. And you can go right now if you are interested, 914-979-2247. That is Executive Global Tours. That's executiveglobaltours.com. Once again, the number is 914-979-2247. August 21st through the 27th. I'm sorry, August 21st through the 27th, 2023, over in Ireland. Golfing with the legends. We'll have one of those legends next week. Lee Becton. Lee Becton out here has a nice little golf game too, bro.
That's right. He seems like he got his head on his shoulders with the golfing because he's always a cool, calm, collected guy.
Lee Becton has a nice little golf game, man. And I really, really love talking to dudes that can bro, let me tell you something. I love the ability. This is why I'm thankful. I'm thankful that Notre Dame fans and LL Nation have accepted us, bro. Because a lot of people we spoke to when we were getting ready to start this podcast, they didn't understand what we were trying to do. And we were saying, yo, we're going to be centered around Notre Dame, but we want to be able to talk about everything, right? Especially our lives and what we do, our families, and just really want to be able to bring people in. And the last 2 shows, the responses that we've gotten from people, whether it's talking about golf and the three addictions of golf and everything has been absolutely fantastic. And it's the ability to be accepted by the Notre Dame fan base the way we have gives us the ability to expand and talk about many different things, man. So uh, I greatly appreciate it, bro. I greatly appreciate it. It's it's incredible, man. It's incredible to be in this space, and I'm extremely thankful, man. It's my birthday month too, so I'm already feeling it, bro.
Yeah, it's the spring day game, right? It's the spring game day, right?
No, 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 no. It was the screen. It was the day of the game last year.
Oh, okay,
So,
okay.
so
So
now
it's Sunday.
it's that Sunday. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's that Sunday. So, yeah, I already told moms what I want, bro. I already do.
What's it called? The stealth, right? It's the
Already,
stealth.
already told her the menu. Already told her the menu. I'm like, hey, here's the birthday menu.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you get a couple weeks ahead, so we don't have They didn't have none of this. They didn't have none of that.
So the deal is, my mom is primarily responsible for Sunday dinner, October through April. When May hits, it's all about the grill. So that's me and my brothers and my nephews, because now my nephews can grill really good. So we take over Sunday dinner. We hit the grill hard every Sunday. And then, people will bring sides and things that they make that nature. So this is like my mom's last month of being primarily responsible for Sunday dinner. So
Oh,
she
because y'all
hit,
taking turns.
yeah, well, the men take over during the summer months because that's when we do our thing on the grill. So we hit her up. She hits me up yesterday and she says, son, I said, yeah, mom. She's like, I'm doing turkey legs and wings, smoked turkey legs and wings on Sunday. And she said, I'm doing short ribs and chicken. And she started going, she said, I'm gonna ask your brother to do some mac and cheese. And my brother does. And my brother kills the mac and cheese, bro. My baby brother. For some reason, that's his thing. And then she went down to other stuff she was cooking. And so I said, can you wait a minute? I said, I need you to slow up on the short ribs. And she's like, why? I said, because we need the short ribs on the menu for my birthday. Like, I don't need short ribs like twice in 3 weeks. So it's just amazing, man. I'm telling you, man. I'm extremely thankful that the Notre Dame fan base has deemed the things we put on the menu to be audibly edible. Man, I'm audibly edible. I might put that on t-shirts,
Yeah,
huh?
you cooking today. You cooking today. You cooking
Audibly
today.
edible. I might have to put that on t-shirt, bro. But yeah,
Audibly edible. Had a microphone like it take a bite out of it.
I like that. I like that. I like that. So let's talk running backs, left. I can tell you now, we're gonna spend the first half of the show talking about Deland McCullough because we talked about in order to become a championship defense, when we talk about the cornerback room had to become a primarily man-to-man room. Has to. And we believe that is taking place. We see the evolution of what Mike Mickens is doing with the cornerbacks at Notre Dame.
Yeah, it is definitely you have a generational talent like we usually do. We have a borderline really good corner, but it's supported by not only veteran leadership but young talent that also has potential to cross over with the right development. Mike Mickens has that. He has a track record as well. You talk about Kobe Bryant and Sauce Gardner and being able to translate that and how they developed even when he wasn't coaching them. Just shows how much his teaching and coaching impacted them on the next level. And when you got guys like Ben Morrison that does half the work already,
Mm.
not only does that help recruiting, but it helps those guys in that room push themselves, being the younger guy, but also almost like a lead horse. Guys like Cam Hart respected a lot in the room, but also knows that the level of competition isn't a seniority thing or seniority base. We all got to chip in, and that's going to drive the competition, especially for something like man. And being consistent at man, it's an attitude, just like tackling. You got to want to tackle, just like you got to want to guard a man one-on-one.
Let me tell you something, man. After hearing from Deland McCullough, I would go play for that man. You hear me? I'm gonna be talking to my great nephews, like, yo, wherever Deland McCullough is, that's what I'm sending you to learn the position of running back.
But it's crazy his son didn't go.
That room was thick, though.
Yeah,
that room was thick, bro.
That's true. That's true. But
that room was a little. That little room was a little thinner out there in Norman, Oklahoma, bro. Man, listen, it's a little thinner.
It wouldn't be thick if it was my son. It'd be the thinnest room in the team.
Well, you know, some people don't have that that confidence,
no,
bro.
But his son's nice,
I can't speak. I didn't say his son wasn't nice. I just said people look at different things and see different things, right?
What would you do? Would you tell your son to come where you were coaching?
I've never been scared of competition.
No, I'm saying, would you tell your son, come on, I'm coaching at, Northwestern. Let me be your running back coach or something. You know what I mean?
That's a horrible example, by the way.
I'm trying to think of Chicago team.
That's a horrible example, bro. I don't think I would tell my son to come to Northwestern in any form.
Okay, somewhere you was coaching at.
Man. I mean, if I were coaching at a Power 5 school, yeah, of course I would tell my son, would love for my son to be coached by me, but
it's hard though,
I would say this though, as much as I talk trash about Northwestern, calling themselves Chicago's football team, college football team,
they really are.
Low key, Evanston gets it cracking.
It's in the heart of Chicago.
It's not really in the heart of Chicago. It's like a northern suburb, but put it like this. It's a lot of college people that come home for the summer and go to Evanston during the summer because it's cracking.
Yeah, because didn't what's the name? What's the one where y'all? Well, St. Patty's Day y'all turned the river green, but y'all also got that concert during that time as well. What's it? The little it's like all the best rappers come downtown Chicago.
Oh, you talking about during the summer? Lollapalooza?
Lollapalooza. Yeah. That's during this time too.
Hey man, I just have, maybe I'm a germaphobe.
You don't like them venue spaces?
I don't like crowds. Like, it's too. I would have to be backstage. Like, I've had the blessing of getting a pass before because I worked in the media in Chicago, so I was able to be backstage for certain acts or certain days. But bro, I wouldn't even, man. If I wouldn't even talk to a girl coming out of Lollapalooza if I were in my 20s, bro, and single. I wouldn't. Because I'm like, dude, it's just so many. It's just nasty, man. Everybody just sweating and just rubbing up against each other. It just, I can't. It just rubs me the wrong way. Pun intended. Pun intended. It rubs me the wrong way. But Lala's like probably the biggest. But let me tell you something, man. Chicago has like a full summer of music festivals that are fantastic. Fantastic. Now, if you want a music festival, Chicago is just come spend like July and August in Chicago. You'll get exactly what you need.
Yeah, you definitely get exactly what you need. I mean, Chicago's a one-of-a-kind place. And, man, I think Lollapalooza, you're right. Some of those venues like Rolling Loud and stuff, they can be a lot. But at the same time, I mean, it's still the culture that brings Chicago,
Yeah. I don't want to hear nothing about that immune disease, dude. I'm not worried about getting sick. I just don't. Excuse me. Like on summer days when it's 90, I just feel like, yo, I need to take a shower. I'm just that way. I've always been that way, right? You know how back in the day as a kid, like most kids would go play basketball and then go play a little football and then go play and then go home at the end of the day and hop
Yeah.
in the tub? No, man. I'm the dude like I'll be back. Let me go change.
No, so you
Right.
so you
And
wasn't you
freshen
wasn't
up.
just be funky all day and just go and
No, I'm
have
not that
fun
kid.
and
I'm
ride
not that.
bikes and
No, I'm not that kid, left. I can't do it. I can't do it.
you can't switch over games. You gotta get a halftime.
I cannot do it, man. I can't. Coach McCullough, he met with the media and he talked about how special he feels his running back group are or is and how great they can be.
Characteristics, I mean, I got the full gamut of what I wanted. I believe I got the best running back group, in the country, as far as production, mindset, just physical attributes, leadership, all the things you need to be successful. So, man, I got speed, I got power, I got knowledge of the game, I got savvy, I got leadership, change of direction, pass protection. I got all of the components to make us an upper end team. So again, just putting those guys all in position to be successful and having those guys be unselfish. That's where we are right now.
He says this running back group has everything, bro. And I tend to agree with him.
Yeah, they have everything in the needs to win. We got a pass catcher, we got an explosive guy, we got a third and short or a short yardage guy, we got an overall back, we got youth, we got power, we got agility. I think we got everything you could ask for on a ultimate, running back by committee roster. And I do think it's going to help because that adds depth. When you got a guy like Jabron Payne who can have a breakout day and look like a number one, and then in reality on the depth chart he's like 4, but that's just because everybody else been there. I think Deland McCullough is spoiled riches, and the only thing he can really do other than maintain is work on their pass blocking. Obviously, we got guys that are very size capable, but adding that dynamic of being a threat, running the ball, blocking, and catching, I think that room can do it all.
I think that's what I love about this group, right? Their ability to do it all. That every running back isn't the same, right? I think you can say Logan Diggs might be one of the toughest runners in the room. When you really go look at his runs, he's not built like Audric Estime, but he runs hard. Logan Diggs runs hard.
Yeah, he's like he does it all. He's a little bit of a power back. I wouldn't call him a burner, but he can get away from people. But he's not what Audric is as a power back. Audric is a fall forward, no matter what. Where
Yeah,
Logan will run through you to get a
man.
first down. You know what I'm saying? He may not be his specialty to. He's like Kyron. Kyron's not gonna run you over necessarily, but he'll run you over if he's trying to go somewhere fast. So
Yeah,
I think that's what Logan and Kyron have similar, which I thought Logan would be the little brother and come in and be that next guy up. But Aldrich being the brute, and I think he's just defined his role as he knows what he is, and you can guarantee that's a 4 to 5 yard gain every time.
well, Audric has done some things. I want to see if you agree with what Audric has done in the off season. We don't think about that, because one of the things I said immediately when I saw Audric last spring is like he has better feet than people think. He has incredible feet, right? I think the best vision in the running back room might actually go to Jabron Payne. This dude is making cutbacks. You don't
He's the lowest
understand.
to the ground, isn't he?
Yes.
Out of all the backs, because he's built like a little like pit bull tank thing.
Yeah, he's from that land of little people out there in Ohio.
Land of stouts, the land of stout people. You might find in Ohio football everybody's 5'11" to 6 feet, 220 somewhere. It's just you just a solid individual.
Man, let me tell you something. And then Tristan Reed, has explosion, has speed. Um, you might expect him to be a little bit shiftier at that size, but I think what you expect from him is shiftiness is really Jabron Payne. Pretty much at the same height, but a little bit more built stockier and a body type than Chris Tyree. Then you have Jadarian Price, who honestly might have ended up being RB1 if it were not for the injury last June.
Yeah, just because he
Going
just
into the
looks
fall.
like an RB1. He looked like he could just, whatever everybody can do, he can just do a little better.
hmm So when Deland McCullough talks about all the talent he has in the room, he really believes like I have the best running back room in the country. LL question of the day. Do you feel like Notre Dame has the best running back room in the country?
Is it a running back room that's good like a Alabama's running back room? Like best in the country where you get a Derrick Henry, you get a Tenpenny, you get a Kamara at one point, you come back and have a what's the name when play Damian Harris, Josh Jacobs, right?
Yeah.
Is that a room where we're producing talent that can play at the next level, or a room where, like Deland McCullough said, it's the best in college football?
Well, first of all, both the top two running backs are going to the league next year, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I don't know how
I think so
anybody else
too.
feels, but I see them
We'll have-
being day 2 picks. I see Audric and Logan Diggs being day 2 picks in next year's NFL draft. I don't
The
think
one thing you'll know is that they're gonna have the machine behind them.
they're going to have a machine behind them, but bigger than that, this is what, and I want to bring this up right now because I had planned to go into what Coach McCullough had to say about Audric Estime and how he's gotten better. But I want to go to this right now since we pretty much have segued right into it. This is what Deland McCullough had to say about his formula at Notre Dame and the playing time.
Career showed that I'm going to go with a bunch of guys. It's going to be a guy who, at the end of the day, somebody going to have the most yards, somebody going to have the most carries. But I look at it as just a long-term diminishing returns to me, especially when I'm in a situation like Notre Dame where I got a bunch of good players. You know what I'm saying? I want to play them guys. And so I told the guys last year, I said, had 3 guys who had the advantage of having RB1 type touches, but 1/3 of the beating on their body. I'm saying, and guys, especially for where some of these guys trying to go, there's benefit to that. Now again, what we're trying to do here comes first, and we want to win games. But at the end of the day, man, you look at the guys I got, it's hard to say one guy's gonna play and the other guys ain't gonna play. That's some hard decisions. So I'm gonna play all of them.
See, let me tell you something.
Yeah,
This is not football has changed, right? So you come in and you got a coach that's like, yo, you're gonna be one of the guys, right? Then recruits didn't want to hear that 10 years ago at the running back position. They want to know
10
where.
years ago, one guy was getting like 30, 40 carries a game back in the day.
Absolutely.
Deland McCullough could hit him slick with it and be like, listen, you get RB1 carries on 1/3 of the hits, and I can get you to the league.
Talk about it.
Come hop in this committee of guys, committee of running back ballers, man. RBU. You don't have to get all the carries over here, because some of them carries are going to be set up because we got the offensive line, we got the pass game working, you got light boxes, teams don't know what you might rip off 3 or 4 carries for 15, 20 plus. Had 10 carries in a game and look at it, you stack it up, you got about 120 carries. That's RB3. Because a good lion's share of each game plan should be throwing the ball. But I think early on it will be running. I'll say 55-45. Last year it was 60-40. Right? That's about, it should be closer to even, especially the way we have everything structured. Gerard Parker is taking everybody's, complaints and concessions and ideas, right? I think it should be close. And you got Sam Hartman, right? He's supposed to be gunslinging it. Tyler Buckner's taking a step. So the run game should be open. So if I'm Deland McCullough, I'm like, you're absolutely right. I close my eyes and just play a guy week to week. You might see a different guy every week. It'll throw the defense off. You might see Jadarian Price out there versus Ohio State. Then the next game, have Audric just running down their throats all game. Then what? we might be the team that was doing to us what we want to do to them. Have our running backs have 200 yards as a backup.
Yo, it's very intriguing. And I love what he said because to me, Deland McCullough came in. He had a 4-star running back in the fold when he took the job. Already committed, had been committed for months. He came in and pretty much, now this is me just, kind of acting this out. I'm not saying this is what he said. He looked at the young man's film. He got on the phone, said, "Marcus, can I come talk to you?" He walked into Marcus Freeman's office and said, "He ain't it." Coach Freeman was probably like,
"Oh, you talking about the dude we had to tell,
look,
don't commit just yet.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Like, this kid, he comes from a really good family and he really loves Notre Dame." And Coach McCullough was like, "Nah, he ain't it." So they made a decision that they took.
That's
right. They made a decision to move on from the young man. They had a difficult conversation. The young man went public with it. They had some backlash from it.
All of that.
And after getting some backlash, all I can say is Deland McCullough has landed Jeremiah Love and Aeneas Williams.
Studs.
That's all I'm saying.
I forgot about Aeneas Williams. And oh, man.
That's all I'm saying.
We got backs.
That's all I'm saying.
I think we have 9 backs right now, right? Or 8 backs?
Dude,
8 backs all could be number 1. All of them. Logan. We had to move one. We had to move on the receiver because it was like, look, it's too deep. You got the least years. You gotta move.
Look,
because you got Audric, Logan, JP, Jadarian, Aeneas, Jeremiah Love. Who we forgetting? Mommy. Oh my goodness. Deland McCullough is absolutely right. I'm playing everybody.
Look, the breakup is not as bad as you think when you move on to the right one. And as much flack as they took from moving on mutually from Cedric Irvin Jr., look here. Jeremiah Love and Aeneas Williams. Okay. I get it. Like, your boy start acting funny, and then you find out like, oh, this dude got a new little piece. Okay. Like
I got trying to tell Marcus, like, listen, right. I know you like the guy. I got this. Listen. Just it's okay. I know it's gonna be tough. Mm-hmm. On the other side is green. It's green, baby.
Yeah.
I get these roots.
Yeah. So when you think about it, I don't know if Notre Dame has had productive and good running backs. I don't know if we've had elite running backs. Now, that's what left. You've been next
elite saying like a Najee Harris type elite or Travis Etienne elite. What are we talking about?
Man, you know what elite is, man. Stop. You don't have to put no names to it. You know what elite is. You can stop.
No, because think about it. Running backs and how they use for a team is different. Are we talking a Zeke Elliott elite? Or are we talking like a mere?
You just had 3 names. Has there been a running back at Notre Dame like any of the 3 you just named?
When you're injured, you want more service, more lawyers, more resources. Morgan & Morgan, America's.
We never had a Derrick Henry.
Have you ever had a Zeke?
I think if CJ was kind of a Z, kind of.
CJ pro size?
kinda.
You are bugging right now, bro.
He wasn't Zeke, but
Are y'all kidding me, man? Look, I know we're Notre Dame fans, but we are not about to sit up here and act like we've had Ezekiel Elliott style running back.
oh, Ricky Waters. Ricky Waters was Zeke.
Back in the day, I could give you Rick.
Yeah, we had okay. I mean, obviously not in modern last 5-10 years, but we had Ricky Waters. Like that's Zeke. But we ain't had no Derrick Henry now. I ain't gonna. That's wild now.
It's not too many Derrick Henrys just rolling around.
Now we almost had Bo Scarborough.
Yes, they were in on Bo Scarborough late.
I was hosting him, so I know he was close.
That was a big boy.
But when I talked to him, I was like, "Yeah, he ain't coming here, man."
Why you say that?
He was like, "Yeah, he ain't." I think they must have told him he just wanted to take pictures or something. Or he was one of those dudes that you just knew. I know Alabama done already. You know, what I mean, I already know they done offered you the world, bro. You just here on pleasures. You just like the coach. You know, you cool with him. He was like, "Yeah, could I come up? You know, I'll spend time with you. You know, but you know where I'm going." But with Marcus Freeman, he might pull that off. You know what I mean? Them kids might not be so quick to be like, "Let me get out of here." But you know, can you imagine a Bo Scarborough being running back for a Brian Kelly? Like, you know, sometimes you gotta match up the player with the coach.
Now, Jay Lamont, you my guy. But we are not about to compare a guy that moved from wide receiver to running back to Ezekiel Elliott. We're not about to do that, man. We're not about to do that.
TJ had a hell of a year that year, though.
And we love. Okay, yeah. What happened when the Clemson linebackers was coming downhill?
A lot of things are different that game.
Okay, that's all I'm saying. If that was Zeke, it might have been a little different. Because Zeke was on the total. He's on another level.
I'm not saying we had Zeke in the last 10.
That's all I'm saying. And we love CJ's been on the show 3 times. You know we love CJ. But we're not about.
But Ohio State's never had a Theo.
Theo Riddick.
Yep, they ain't never had a Theo. Outside of Zeke, we've had better running backs. I'm not
Then
giving
Michael Wiley. Then Michael Wiley. Wasn't Michael Wiley like that? Because Michael Wiley was that type of Theo that could like out of the backfield. No. They did have a dude. They did have a dude like Theo that was with your boy.
Who?
I forget his name.
Yeah. I'm trying to okay, so I mean Ohio State last great running backs was the dude that plays for Baltimore.
Dobbins? JK?
You know, Dobbins was he would be fitting into a room like ours.
No, Dobbins.
He's closer.
Nice.
Dobbins is closer. Real. Dobbins is closer to fitting in our room than he is with Zeke.
First of all, Travion just can't stay healthy. Travion's a dude. We're not about to play that game.
You would start Travion in our room? No.
If he was healthy, why wouldn't I?
You got Audric. Audric and Travion the same player, except Audric stays healthy and is probably stronger.
Okay, I just said if he was healthy.
No, I'm saying if both are healthy, I'm taking Audric. Audric is stronger running back.
That's fine, but you can start. Thank you, David Solomon, Curtis Samuel. That's who they had. He was just like Theo Riddick. He was just like Theo. That dude was doing everything everywhere. He killed Michigan in that one game. Killed them.
Yeah, in one game. Theo was killing every game.
No, I said he killed them in that one game. He had the overtime run in the big game when they came in like 1 versus 2.
Curtis Samuel was nice, but he's more like CJ than he was Theo. Theo wasn't fast, but Theo could get open and get yards and catch the ball out the backfield, and Theo was that dude.
I don't disagree that the Notre Dame's had better running backs recently. Now, if you go back to the 90s when they had that run of like Pepe Pearson and Eddie George.
But wait a minute. Josh Adams can make a case for a lot too now.
Wait a minute. I agree with your assessment
of
the present. I just said if you go back to the 90s and the run they had at running back, Ohio State would probably take it.
Josh had a Zeke-ish year.
No.
I mean, Josh going crazy.
No. Bro, look. Josh went crazy until he got to Miami. And the toughest defenses on the schedule. That cat Zeke lit up Alabama and then lit up Oregon. That's what I'm saying. We're not about to do that and act like Zeke was just some normal running back. This dude lit up the best.
No, Zeke is not normal whatsoever. But we had some comps. It may not be the same thing. It was some comps.
Yeah. Like saying somebody is nice and then comparing them to somebody that just did like stupid stuff at the running back position. Come on, man.
We never had a running back that was big in moments, I guess. You know, we had running backs that were good for the team. But what running back was like a Zeke where you strictly remember off top? Yeah, you see what he did with Alabama? Maybe George Atkinson. Maybe he was the last running back. You like, remember when he did that long run against?
What was the last Notre Dame running back that took over a big game at Notre Dame? And let me be disrespectful for a moment. I've never considered like North Carolina State coming in to Notre Dame with one loss, a big game. That's North Carolina State. But Notre Dame. That ain't a big game. I've never considered playing Syracuse at Yankee Stadium with one loss. It's not a big game. It's Syracuse. I'm talking about both teams at the top of their game, highly ranked. Running back just took over.
Yeah,
I'm trying to figure out what was the last time
George
that
Atkinson.
That USC team, but that USC team that Robert Hughes beat wasn't
that good.
Yeah, I'm talking about a squad. You beat a squad.
Yeah, because even with Clemson, we wasn't running them out the building with an individual running back. We always taking turns.
Kyron had one big run against Clemson. You look at his average after that one big run. He didn't dominate the whole game. He did have 3 touchdowns though. So I mean, if you want to count his total yardage as being dominant, that's fine. When he showed up back in that ACC championship game, though, it was crack.
You know, like Reggie Bush, you can think of 3 moments right now off the top of your head. You
can say, look. You can say what you want to say about that Notre Dame game. That was a huge game when they came into Notre Dame Stadium, and that cat Reggie Bush showed out. He showed out. You know what I mean? That's what you remember. When was the last time you had a Notre Dame running back in a big game of that magnitude just flat out show out?
Where it's like we won because of him.
What did I tell you? Every time Notre Dame had a big game, Ricky Waters and Rocket were going to show out.
Oh, for sure. That's why I was like, Ricky Waters was our closest Zeke, and that was 30 years ago. Shit.
They were going to show out. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Reggie Brooks against USC. Like moments like that, dude.
But those are a lot of years in between now and then. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of years between Ricky Waters and Reggie Brooks days.
Our guest next Wednesday. Our guest next Wednesday at 11:30. Lee Becton against Florida State, bro. In '93. You go watch that game in '93. Lee Becton was putting in work against the Seminoles. He was putting in work.
But that's like, you know, Lee Becton's a running back great. He's a running back great. It's how do people like Zeke stick though, where you're like, oh man, I just can remember every game he played. It feels like he played every year, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know, maybe it's the moments. You know, when Alabama, you beating Alabama, people don't forget that. Alabama ain't lost too many times from no running back. When the last time Alabama got beat at their own game? at their own game. They usually was whooping people running the football, and then got whooped running the football. I never seen that. We whooped LSU when we ran the ball when they had Leonard Fournette.
Oh, you talking about the Music City Bowl?
Yeah, but we had a lot of running yards as a team, but nobody like, you know. That's interesting.
Like somebody mentioned the running backs against Oklahoma in 2012. Sierra Wood had that one big run of 62, and then his other 6 carries, he was 6 carries for 12 yards.
Yeah, that's just that's
Theo had a touchdown run of 15. Theo had 19 carries and 74 yards. Everett had 11 carries and 64 yards. I mean, that was kind of like by committee. You never had one guy. I think that's why I celebrate what Deland McCullough is saying. Like everybody's gonna play. I had too many good players in this room to be like, oh, he's the number one guy. No.
But it's 100% on fit. He wouldn't have all them guys if they couldn't fit. I think they have to understand that role. And when they get in there for that role, that's when you show out. You're not looking to show out thinking you're going to have 30 receptions. Like a guy like Rico, you know, if we're doing offense the way, you know, we're trying to get everybody in, which I think we can, you got to be like, look, Rico, when we call you in on this play, and this play, that route need to be perfect. Now, after that, it's up to you. But those count into your 4 or 5 targets as a true freshman, which is good. Now, I don't know if you're going to get that many.
No.
How you going to divide it up right now? Because the running backs, Audric, Logan, Jadarian Price, that's at least 40 snaps. Running, catching, screens, whatever. That's 40 snaps right there. That's half the game.
Yeah.
That's half the game already. Maybe even more than 40 snaps because, you know.
Yeah.
So Sam Hartman's getting about 30, 40 snaps. Make something happen. So then you got 30. He ain't going to get no 40 attempts. Let me stop. Sam Hartman might, because who he is and why he's here, he should float around 20 to 30 attempts a game. He should be 28 averaging attempts a game. I think that would be great because you can get at least 2 passing touchdowns in 28 attempts. You could get over 250 yards in 28 attempts. And to have 28 pass plays, your completion percentage, around 65 or something? I can live with that. Just make those 28 plays. I need 4 of them to be big plays, 4 or 5 be big plays, and then the other ones be third down conversions. Sam could go out on a consistent, 22 for 28, 25 for 28 if he was hot and everything's clicking. But 28 attempts in a game, I think would be really good for the passing offense. And Sam being experienced and who he is should make the most out of those 28, and we should be scoring some points because the running backs, I'm telling you, it would be a shame if Audrey gets 5 carries, Logan gets 3, Tyler Buckner has 11. You know, he has a package where he just straight running.
Wait a minute. That's 10 carries a game that opens up with Tyler not being the starting quarterback. That's like 10 carries a game extra to go around.
Yeah, 10 go back to the people.
10 go back to the running back. Yeah. Anytime Tyler's in the game, it's like, okay. He's going to
have more attempts.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just the way Tyler playing. Tyler's like, I'm having all the attempts and all the yards.
Yeah. Passing
and running. That's just how I play. I don't know why he chooses to play like that. Hell, you got all the running backs. My jersey's clean at the end of the game. Y'all figure it out.
Lucky Lefty Podcast, man. Apple Podcast, Spotify. Make sure you tap into the YouTube channel, Lucky Lefty Podcast. Smash that like button. It helps us with the views. Go ahead and subscribe. Share. Hit the notification bell. Every time we go live or we post something, you'll know. We're going to post some videos this weekend, so be on the lookout for that. CFB Nation, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify in conjunction with Irish Breakdown until the start of the season. So you might as well start going to CFB Nation today. Go to CFB Nation today to download all of the episodes and content under Lucky Lefty Podcast. CFB Nation, Lucky Lefty Podcast. We spin it different. Now, your thoughts on Audric Estime and how he's gotten better, Coach Mack?
Audric we just talked about really body fat, just leaning out. And it wasn't necessarily losing weight with the guy. I could have swore last I heard it was like 7 or 8% body fat to be lost. So you can see those things out there. Another big thing, Audric comes in, we meet, and we talk every week about just things he wants to improve on. He's really made some big things. He's more twitchy than he was last year. And his route running ability is, he's killing it now as far as detailing his routes and just being more precise as far as stair-stepping, stacking guys, bursting away. There's a lot of things he's doing that really look good as far as outside of just the things you see when he's running the ball, like with power and different things like that.
You like what you're hearing about Audric losing that body fat?
Yeah, I'm sure I'll see the change in increments, but I do believe Deland McCullough is expanding his game, and Audric has a work ethic to evolve his game from a season-to-season basis. I think he has the work ethic to do that. Do I believe it's going to be drastic? You're going to see a whole new running back out there? Probably not. But I do expect to see a little more involvement in the game plan. I think that's what it really comes down to. I'm sure Audric was twitchy last year. You said he had the best footwork.
He did.
So are you going to put that footwork in space? Maybe now we're going to catch some swing routes or some empty outs instead of running between the tackles. I think we'll get to see what Deland's talking about. The more he gets involved in that way, but he had fast feet last year. He can run some routes here and there. You just never got to see it. So I think if I'm Gerard Parker, I'm finding ways to expand the role of the running back in the pass game because your running back tight ends are easy targets because they're the closest to you.
Oh, snap. I'm sorry. This has nothing to do with Notre Dame, but the catcher Juwan Howard just got Caleb Love in the transfer portal, bro.
That makes sense. Jordan to Jordan school. Juwan Howard know what he doing, man. And shout out to Jerron Simmons.
Shout out to Juwan. Yeah, because I think Buffkin went to the NBA, or he's testing the waters in the NBA. So if Buffkin comes back, you have him and whoo. The crazy thing is Hunter Dickinson is talking about going to Kentucky, bro. That's gonna make it worse.
Oh yeah, I don't want to hear
that. If that dude has Hunter Dickinson and this freshman class, Coach Calipari, let me tell you something. It's I don't want to hear any excuses, bro. None. None.
You have keys in your hands.
We talked about Joe Girard, like on the verge of committing to Michael Shrewsbury and Notre Dame, possibly in the portal. Yeah. All right, let's get back to some of the players in that running back room that Coach Mack is happy with. And one of those players happens to be someone that is playing two positions this spring, and he likes what he sees from Chris Tyree.
Nothing's changed at running back as far as terminology, etc. But the way it was presented to Chris months ago, I had a conversation with him about the opportunity to be able to help the team and help himself at the same time. And I think he's starting to see the benefits of that as a guy out wide. That speed is a premium. His ability, his knowledge of the game, and his ability to be a big playmaker can help us even more on the perimeter. So just excited that he's having success there. Probably doing better than what I thought he was going to do there. I knew the guy was good, but man, he's been out there killing it. So that's a testament to Coach Stuckey and to Chris with the way he's handling that change.
How you really give me your true feelings? Because you kind of been quiet about it. Is the move a cop out in your opinion, or is it truly another way A cop out
Yes,
might not be the right phrase.
it's a cop out.
You think so?
It's a it's no different than them telling that running back, hey, I know you want to commit. I know we offered you. We just got other guys in here. And I do think that Chris Tyree needed to switch because he just fits in that CJ Amir category. CJ Sanders, Amir category. Where it's like, as a specialist,
Mm-hmm.
you're much more impactful than what Audric would be as a specialist. Much more impactful than what Logan would be as a specialist. I don't think he's a 3-down back,
Mm-hmm.
but we know that.
Mm-hmm.
We know that. So for Chris Tyree's sake, yeah, put me in everything I can because I know I ain't about to be running between tackles even at the next level or against
Right.
Alabama or Clemson.
Right.
I understand that. So I guess it was more of a, we ain't firing you. We just moving you to HR. We just moving departments. Instead of firing you, we just let you do management, IT work. Not sales, just IT. You still here.
Mm.
Just a different name tag.
Yeah. Shout out to Jay Carr for tapping in as always. What's up, brother? He's not playing running back in the NFL, so it does help Tyree in the long run.
And I think it would have been better if Deland McCullough was like, look, we know Chris Tyree came back because he wants to go to the league. Playing receiver is his best bet. Slot receiver, maybe some running back, show his talent, special teams, kick, punt, return. We want him to have an impact on this team, and in the running back position, he could do more. He's more than that. Like Avery Davis was more than just a quarterback that came in and, he was just more for the team and became more, even though his impact was missed because the role that he was supposed to, was the one needed. So, I think for Chris Tyree, it's more of a blessing. Shit, I wouldn't want to be taking him hits, but I was his size. Let me show, because you can't really show his speed handing the ball off to him in between tackles. Let him be a sweep, reverse, trick him and dick him kind of guys. Which is fine because, like Deland McCullough said, you can get 1/3 of the carries. You don't need 20 touches a game, Chris Tyree, to build a resume to go to the league. We know you're not a first-round talent where the team depends solely on you. But being on a team that doesn't depend solely on you, you'll be in the spotlight more against good teams. So against the Clemson, if you have 7 touches, 2 of them maybe touchdown. That's better than you trying to get 10 carries for, 20 yards? Because you want to be a running back so damn bad. So I think he's more comfortable in this position. And I think it's different than changing a guy like Xavier Watts from receiver to corner. Whereas Xavier Watts is like, man, I'm just trying to find a place to play. I want those tweeners, those I can play a lot of good things, but I got to focus on one. And I think for Chris Tyree and Marcus Freeman is probably like, this is kind of how I want things. Guys can be versatile because what if we have a running back shortage? We had Jadeer get hurt in the spring. Logan was banged up coming out of the spring. We end up going in the fall with Audric. So now it's like, boom. All right, Chris Tyree, you've been killing that receiver, but you know how to play running back in case we need you. In case we need you. So this is just adding more tools to Chris Tyree's toolbox. He can now build a kitchen instead of just a bathroom. He can build a tool shed, a bathroom. Now he can build the kitchen set, put that marble center island together. He didn't know how to do that before. Know how to put the rewire and put the wires up in the walls instead of hanging them down from the TV. Look, he's specialist now. Audric can set the frame for the house. He know how to put the bricks in, but he didn't know how to put the wires in the wall. Now your center place looks nice. You don't look ghetto with the wires hanging down. You call Chris Tyree. Just It's not the frame. You know, he building the kitchen island. The kitchen island may not be the kitchen itself, but that center island pretty damn important, especially if it's marble. So we just ask him to be the specialist. Don't be the electrician for us. Just be that handyman.
Coach Mack had two players to talk about. One, Jadarian Price and his return. And then, in my opinion, one of the stars at the position during the spring due to injuries. He's really shined. Jabron Payne, another one of those Ohio boys. This is Coach Mack talking about both of them.
Real good. You know, extremely excited about him. You know, he was participating in some of the stretches and stuff like that today, moving around. Real confident and excited about his return.
Where has Jabron kind of grown the most since he's gotten here?
Well, I mean, I think just showing he can do it. Like last year, I was really impressed with him. He went through the first part of the season, maybe the first half of the season, coming off a hamstring. Never missed no time together. It just kept on going. By the time he got 100% healthy, it was later in the season. Really no reason. At that point, we had established ball carriers. So this spring was going to be big for him to just show he's a consistent, high-end player. And he's been doing some really, really good things. You know, had a drop today. It was disappointing. Like, come on, you know, I mean, this guy catch complex routes, and we got one right in front of him. So he's somebody who's going to be hard on himself. He knows what the standard is. But at the end of the day, he showed, you know, not only myself, Coach Parker, Coach Freeman, and the rest of the offense, the rest of the team, he could be somebody that can be counted on. So just excited about where he's at.
What's up with these Ohio players being the guys they really look forward to? We got Ben Minich making their headway in news. You got Jabron. These ain't starters. These ain't the Cam Harts of the world and the Josh Luck. These are just these guys on the team. Why are the Ohio guys that just got there, by the way, that just be on the team, working their way up, getting all this news and attention? Why? They should be talking about Audric Estime, you know, Logan Digg, the vets. But for some reason, we keep mentioning these Ohio dudes as being integral parts into the team.
I just came up with another T-shirt. The Ohio players. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! The Ohio players. Have like a bunch of them. I'm gonna have your face on there with one of the T-shirts. Have Jabron on there.
Yeah.
Ben Minich on there. The Ohio players.
Marcus Freeman on the biggest head on there. Yeah, there you go. We marketing.
Okay.
But it is good. The best thing about Jabron Payne also is that he's got all the time in the world. If I'm Jabron Payne, I'm sitting back like, y'all gonna leave before me. So all I got to do is just do my job, and they're going to have to put me in at some point because I got the most time. So he's playing an advantage where even with Aeneas Williams and Jeremiah Love coming, that's cool because I know we by committee. But I'm positioning myself to where when the old guys come out, I've already built a little resume because I'm going to get some time. When Logan's gone, Audric's gone, Jabron going to have a little time he already put in like I wish Tyler Buckner got. And he's gonna hit it. He's gonna probably be the next Kyron Williams for us, you know, big time back.
I can see that. I just let you go on your Ohio. I knew the Ohio rant was coming after I played that clip.
I'm just saying it's just been real odd that all these coaches talking about these non-starters. But it is. Jabron Payne ain't on the starting depth chart yet, but he's making headway. We know Ben Minich ain't started, but he's making headway.
Hey, here's something that make you say, and we might be a little petty. We might venture into pettiness here, LL Nation, Notre Dame fans, college football fans. That's what we do sometimes. Coach Mack was asked about the offense and the coaching staff with Jared Parker being at the head as the OC. Just listen to his comments, Left, and then I just want you to take it after he's done.
His personality, you know what I mean? Knowledge of the game is evident, but just the way he brings everybody together and, you know, have everybody on board and buying into what he's doing, that's been huge. So everybody is speaking the same language as far as what we're trying to get done. Wasn't wholesale changes offensively, but there was a focus and kind of funneling in on some of the things that we do real well, and let's get really, really, really good at those things.
I think Coach Mack was being a little petty, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
But it fits into the difference between a guy where you're trying to learn his system and the way he want to run things to a guy that is taken from a system and saying, hey, I've seen the good and bad of it. Let's just do the things we can do best. There's a difference. I'm sure he would have those same sentiments if Gerard Parker came in here and was like, look, I'm putting in this, I was doing at Purdue or West Virginia. All new, forget that old stuff. I'm the guy. I'm the sheriff. Then, of course, you're going to have Deland McCullough say, we're trying to get on the same page. We kind of all over the place. We try to focus in. Yeah, you can focus in when you had all the stuff from last year. You can start cherry picking. Oh, I'll take an apple from this tree. I'll go get an orange from this one, get a banana. But my fruit salad is balling. But you was growing the trees all last year. So this is a la carte shopping. You know, you go to the cafeteria. You know, you get your main dish. You get the whatever the main course of the day. But when you slide that tray down, you start getting these options. You get the fruit. You get the yogurt. You get the pretzels. You get the cookies, $2 cookies. You got some muffins. You got some candy. Last year, we was stocking. We was stocking the shelves. Oh, we're going to do it to them like this. They're going to have brownies. They're going to have... And it ended up making our stomach hurt because we started getting everything. We was like, we ain't never had nothing good before. Now, Michelle Obama done came in. She done limit those options down with the food choices. And now we in a good spot.
What y'all doing to my co-star over there, man?
Him and his brother.
Hey, we got NIL. We got future NIL deals, man. Make sure he's straight.
Get the NILs together. But,
yeah, we got the NILs pending. Make sure he's straight.
We about he's just picking out his favorite shoes before we hit up Oregon. See if they got kids.
But you can't ignore two things he said, Left. One, you touched on it. We're trying to focus on the things we do well and get better at that. Man, so you saying you didn't do that last year, and we all on the same page and speaking the same language.
Yeah, because you can only imagine. You got 3 years of tape to see what you do best at. Boom, because you've been doing the same stuff. And on top of that, you got to think about Tommy's position. If he ain't got no offense coordinator, he ain't thinking about the present. He always thinking, we got to add this. We got to do this because this is coming up. We got to add this. So there's no way he's on the same page as all his guys when he's thinking of everything, putting everything together himself, it's like he's like, look, I lead, y'all try to catch up. And clearly it doesn't work when you're always trying to stay on top of things. We had new sets and new plays every week. I bet you what? I bet you we don't have a bunch of new plays, new sets every week. I bet you we run the same stuff, but good at it. It's a good adjustment to make on your first year. But Gerard Parker's importance to Marcus Freeman is going to come in year 3, 4, in my opinion, if he stays that long. Right now, you playing patch-up work. That's, we ran the ball well. Let's just keep doing that. Oh, we got some receivers that can run. Let's just keep doing that. Oh, we got a new quarterback. We can do more. Think about that. We got a quarterback, too, that can do more. So, yeah, you might not be on the same page you got Drew Bond because I had to cut half the offense off. I got to get the stuff he's good at. And in between that, think of stuff that he can be good at in the game because he was our backup. We wasn't game planning for him. Mm-hmm. Not that I'm making excuses for Tommy, but Gerard Parker is not coming into a wasteland of an opportunity. You got the talent. You got the quarterbacks, the head coach support, the offense that was put in place already. You just got to go drive the bus. just gotta be a good driver. Tommy was the auto mechanic. He done sprayed the car 3 different colors during the year. He done added attachments. He done changed the steering wheel, put the little fuzzy thing around the wheel so he feel good driving. He done
You got an exhibit hosting the show.
Yeah,
Pimp my offense.
Yeah. So everybody's like, man, we can't even get down the street.
Oh man. Hey dude, that might have been one of the corniest MTV shows of all time, bro. I actually liked it back in the day, but now when I watch old episodes, I'm like, Pimp My Ride was so corny.
Even the costume, I mean, it was just tough. It was tough.
Oh man. That's Deland McCullough, and those are his comments on the running backs, Jared Parker, and what to look forward to from the running back position going into the season. Lucky Lefty Podcast. It's time to hear from the players themselves, Left. Audric Estime, down to 7 to 8% body fat, says he lost a lot of weight. I just wonder if we get the same bruising runner. But he talked about his off season and how things have gone.
The first step was losing body fat. So going into this off season, I applied myself to be more strict on my diet and be more mindful of the calories I'm taking in, all the supplements I'm taking. So I lost a good amount of weight, lost a good amount of body fat, but my muscle and muscle mass all stayed up there. So I feel like that kind of helped me, and all the indie period, all the footwork drills we do with Coach Deland is definitely paying off.
And then I guess how did the Ireland trip come about, and then what did you get out of that experience?
Oh yeah, so these guys just wanted me, Lower, and Chris. They're big fans of us, so they wanted us to represent Notre Dame, and that was an honor for us to be chosen to go to Ireland, and that was a great experience. I'd never been to Europe before, so that was definitely a great experience. Driving on the left side was a little off to me, but I got used to it. And that trip was just a great experience. It showed us how people on a whole different side of the country live and how they're very similar to us, and I'm looking forward to get back there in August.
So Audric Estime talking about his off season, how he got better, dropping the pounds, still building and keeping the same muscle mass. Expects to be the same type of bruising runner, but a better runner yet. And then talked about the trip they went to promote the game, some of the players during the spring break over to Ireland. He talked about being in that stadium and how in awe he was and how excited he is to get back there and play a game in that stadium. You know, and you know what? Driving on the left side when you first see it is kind of weird, right? Like, man, they driving on the left side here. But it was something he got used to. But moving forward, Left, I think the most important thing that we heard from Audric was just his commitment. This is a hard-working running back.
He is a Notre Dame prospect. When Jack Swarbrick's typing them emails about good steward and what we want to do, he's talking about we want Audric Estime. Audric Estime fits the profile of what you want to see from a Notre Dame football player. He embodies it. And I think that it all goes back into buying into the program and being a Notre Dame man. When you're a Notre Dame man, you buying into the program, things work out for you. And Audric's path has seemed to be really progressive, has developed the right way, has taken the right steps, taking advantage of opportunities, going over to Ireland, being an ambassador, things that you want to see from a guy that's bought into the team, and that reverberates because you talk about what happened at the what was it? What bowl game was that? The first bowl game. He's tweeting out, "I'm gonna be better. I'm gonna be a Heisman." Right?
Yeah.
He's showing it. Maybe not. I mean, I don't know if he'll be Heisman, but he's getting close to a peak like that. So I think if anything, him and Logan stood on what they wanted to do better, and they've become what they've become because of that. And you can appreciate that if you Marcus Freeman, especially not being his guys. They technically not his guys.
Mm-hmm.
He could easily be like, you know what? Jadarian Price is healthy. Aeneas Williams and Jeremiah Love, they do want some playing time. I already had to transition one guy. But Chris Tyree, he took it well. So hey, I think it works out for everybody, especially it makes it easier for the head coach to trust that guys he didn't recruit can still do his job as well.
Not only did he talk about that, but he talked about his game and the improvements that he's made.
Everything, but I've been focused on run reads more, a lot more, so be more distinctive, thinking less and more reacting. I've been working on my pass pro, bringing my hands with me, pass recognition and route running, be more detailed on my routes, be more twitchy, press the line more. So I've been taking advantage of all my game and working on all aspects of it.
I just need him to fall forward. Work on that. Whenever you touch the ball, just fall forward. That's 2-3 yards. That's all we asking for.
That's all you're asking for.
Look,
You
I
might.
know you want to 50 and cut back and run 60. Listen, you will help this team on a consistent basis.
Yeah.
If you just give us 4 yards of carry. I mean, yeah, we can take a big time.
Yeah.
But you give us 2nd and 6, 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, convert a couple 4th and inches, make a big first down run, get 2nd and 3. Listen, Audric. And then do it on 20 carries. Shoot, man. You might stay healthy the whole year. And then what? Be thanking us at the end of the for the award show, you know.
Now, I've been very impressed with the Notre Dame squad because their PR of their quarterbacks this all season has been superior in contrast to what we saw last year.
Oh, man.
During the spring. It's been superior. And Audric Estime, he's absolutely continued that trend when he was asked about Sam Hartman.
You know, he's a pro, so I feel like I want to make it to the highest level. He wants to make it to the highest level, and I feel like we just make each other better every day. Like if he had a bad play, like a bad handoff or something, he'd come to me 3 hours later, and when we have class, yo, sorry about that. I'm like, bro, you still thinking about that? But that's just the type of guy he is. He's just trying to get better every day, and that's the type of guys I need around me, and we need around this whole team.
Man, he doing that because he trying to play good. Listen, Sam Hartman know where he's at. He's like, look, bro, I don't know.
Wait a minute. Didn't we warn people? Left. We tried to prepare people for the reality of being the quarterback at Notre Dame. It's different. It's different. You just don't walk in the door.
Oh no,
you're just built to be the best dude. If he is 3 hours later in class telling this cat, like, man, my bad on that handoff. Yeah. He's still grinding. He's still trying to feel like he's part of and he is leading the team. He's still trying to get to that point.
Yes.
We told people this is not about to be easy.
Even Joe Burrow took 2 years. So he's trying to do that in one. Listen, first of all,
Audric said, man, you still thinking about that, man?
Yes. He know he signed up for 3 games. He know he signed up for 3 games. He's like, listen, I'm from Wake Forest. I don't have no opportunity to act like I'm just one of the boys here, like I was recruited from the beginning to be here. I know where I'm trying to go, like Audric said. He's acting like a pro, but he's acting like he's old. He's like, listen, I'm trying to do everything I can. You know them old dudes that come into the gym that know how to set the picks and they call in the offense, but they not dunking or nothing. You got the young dudes dunking, shooting turnaround threes, but they doing all the groundwork. Because he knows that his value to the team is the groundwork. Them handoffs, way more important. Them third down little hitch throws and them little keep, it's all important to Sam because he knows where he's at. It's not no easy walk in the park. Yeah, everybody's smiling, happy you're here. But we happy for what you're bringing that you told us. You told us you're bringing something we expecting that. So I think it sucks because you don't want to be in that situation where everybody's on your side until they're not. But the best part is you can control it. Go out there and just do your job, man. So his job means that handoff. They think about 3 hours earlier. Yes, Audric, take him serious because he's serious.
Audric's like, all right, man, I'll play alone.
Yeah.
Like, no,
Audric eases his mind to be like, look, I'm Audric Estime.
right.
We have a room full of guys that can get it done.
Yeah.
This ain't Wake Forest where you only got AJ Perry and you got to do a bunch of apologizing and pleading the fifth and giving. He's like, listen, we all are accountable of our individual skills because we're all good.
But see, that's a good thing because Sam Hartman realizes and recognizes how important everything is. He knows. It'd be different if you had a dude that was totally unaware of like Notre Dame being different and the pressure being different and like the details and how important they are. He knows. Sam Hartman is there. You said the other day when he met with the media, you could tell his hair was just frazzled.
All he's thinking about is doing his
carrying.
job.
You said he's carrying every practice with him, and Tyler's just up there with his protein shake, like, yeah, what's up?
How's the catch up? You straight? You need something?
Because Tyler's been through it. Tyler's been through it.
And Tyler being a good teammate, he's there for him. Because Tyler, he better than me. He understands the situation.
He's rubbing that lotion on his back. Like
rubbing the lotion on. He said, let me get your back, bro. You don't got long enough arms. Me, I'm hiding the lotion. I'm like, damn, man, they ain't give you the book before you got here? Shit, it's gonna be a rough camp. Don't let me get in there. That's me. Tyler, he gonna be like, man, what you need? You want my rep? Go ahead, bro. Take my two, bro. Get better. Better.
If Notre Dame fans ever wanted to know if Malik was helping Deshaun Kaiser at all, he's telling.
But it's cool because we knew that we was helping each other, but it was like, I'm helping you by talking shit. Like he'll throw it back. I'm like, you're supposed to be the corner, right? All right, well, just making sure you remember, But it was out of love though because we were on the same page.
Oh, you are
bad if he didn't help, but it was out of love. Whereas this is a different kind of love shown in the QB room. But it's better, they get along. It's good, but it's just tough when you're in the heat of battle. It ain't too much getting along when it's got to be a top dog. Come on, you get buddy all day, but like Kanye West said, he said in business relationship, who's the 51? It ain't no 50-50. Who the 51? Who the 49?
Yeah.
So they can be 50-50 all they want, but I need that 51 to stand out.
I got Jalen Munn said Sam seems humble. That's what's up. I'm just saying, no, Sam has been humble. Notre Dame is humbling him. Like, it's different. And we can
workouts.
Dude, it's different. And it's just hard to explain. It's different. It's different. And he's going through that process of trying to win over a locker room and win. Dude,
because he's got to win over a locker room, learn the offense.
Yes.
This ain't the ACC, so you can't take a week off.
No.
You with all new coaches, all new teammates.
And the height of the season is not winning the division.
And the height of the season ain't about no rivals.
Ain't about no ACC championship game. Look here.
No college game day, 1 week out of the year. No.
None of that.
You know exactly the games that are coming down the chute.
Yes, sir.
You have to be good. It
ain't sir.
Ain't no showing up. Ain't no showing up to none of these games we calling you for. Because you will be doing us a disservice. Because we know for a fact and by nature, you're coming to a better situation.
Facts.
So no matter how much we may not be firing on all cylinders, it's better than where you was at last time, regardless of whatever you can say. Better players, better coaches, better pizza, Papa John's. Notre Dame football.
That cat Sam was probably gonna stay in South Bend in May.
He ain't leaving.
He's gonna go fishing with Jared Parker. They're gonna talk about the offense. Man, they're gonna lock in. That cat Tyler's probably gonna take the first month. Go kick it with his boys. Go back to San Diego.
He gonna go fishing. He ain't gonna hear from Tyler. The day one of camp, he gonna be relaxed, tanned, healthy, and supportive.
Oh, man.
I'm not saying he's not gonna go in there and do some good things, but he's in a position where he's like, look, I know I'm a package guy. I'm Amazon. I'm Amazon. I'm coming in delivering on 24-hour notice.
Yo, I love having fun, bro. I love having fun talking Notre Dame football. Your boy Jadarian Price, bro.
Call him He-Man.
Oh man, how is He-Man doing on his recovery?
Just do as much as I can individual wise, and FSA, which is our stretch and warm up period right before practice. So just doing as much as I can during that. But my timetable is looking like being 100% by the summer and coming back, summer workouts, and then full go for fall camp. So.
And then what have you just kind of learned about yourself over the last 10 months? Just spending a lot of time reflecting on what I've done in spring and everything I've learned and how I've developed as a man, first off, and then as a football player, second off, and just, continuously being around these people and learning new things. Coach McCullough teach me new things, and just in resilience, just knowing the fact that this is a long recovery, but now that I'm on the back end of it, I realize that, I've come a long way, but I've worked really hard for this, and I'm ready for that first play of fall camp and just being able to get after it. So,
Left, you can relate to what this young man went through, bro.
First of all, I think everybody needs to know those practice jerseys are loose. They come loose now. That's not no undergarment to the pad. That is what you put over top of the pads. That man wearing a skin tight jersey. That man is huge. That's why he like, look, I'm reflecting on about how I'm about to come back and go crazy. Come on, man. He looks He-Man action figure ready. He knew about it. He said he almost slipped up and said, "I can't wait for that first carry against Navy in Ireland." That's what he was gonna say. He said, "I'm gonna be the first carry in Ireland." But he's like, fall camp. I gotta win that first. But he knows. He looked like the best running back. Just looked like Jalen Rose, hairline, everything. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Julio definitely hooked him up.
Man,
Julio definitely hooked him up.
That is the most excited player I'm excited for. Every time we see this dude, he get bigger. I'm telling him, I don't know. He might have to get a bigger practice jersey. How's his pass gonna fit under there? He look bigger than Audric.
Oh man,
we got us one with Jay. I ain't even listen to what he said. I'm like, he's ready to go right now.
That cat He-Man right here.
That's He-Man, right?
Podcast.
He-Man.
Yo, who was there for you during those tough times, man? This, if I could say this, it was the way he answered this really blessed me, man. I don't know if a lot of athletes would have gone the direction that he went. Who was there for you during that time of coming back from this injury?
Oh my gosh, you got to be.
God, that was there when the injury happened, June of last summer, was the training staff. There was Rob Hunt, Mike Beam, and there was Joe, and those guys, they've been there for me, since the beginning. And I'm just grateful to have people like that, and the coaches we have here. Coach Freeman was there to talk to me through it along the way. Coach McCullough checking on me every day, and of course my teammates, helping me out before I could even walk, and grabbing my lunch and my dinner from upstairs for me and everything like that, and making sure that I get the playbook and still learning football stuff. So that's a big thing.
Left, most athletes give you the inverse. They start with Coach Freeman, then they give you Coach McCullough, then they give you the players, and then, the little guys in the program they mentioned on the way out. He started with the guys that are truly there with him every day.
Yeah, those your main guys, though.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the training staff.
When you're hurt.
No.
Marcus Freeman not trying to look at, but he's like, bro, hit me up when you're back. So, but it's the people that don't get recognized enough are the people that usually are there in your career the whole time, but they get overshadowed by the bigger names, But Robin Bean were my guys before I was hurt, when I was hurt, after I was hurt, when I go back. great guys to a program because obviously they're giving you physical help, but it's a mental aspect they're giving you too.
Man, day to day,
Day to
that's
day.
tough, bro.
It's therapy. You be in there crying and shit. You be
Facts. Facts. That's real.
hearing them say you're gonna be straight, give it a couple weeks, months, whatever.
Some days it doesn't feel like it, bro.
There's nobody that can really help you, unfortunately. Ain't nobody.
Man.
You got to be there for you and the support you lean on from who you hearing it from. But in reality, there's nobody there for you in moments in that situation because nobody can relate. It's like, it's damn near when you get hurt, your healthy teammates don't want to be around you, damn near. It's just like, you might, you know what I'm saying? It's like a superstitious thing. You high football level, you only got 3-4 years to do it, 5 years nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even want to be next to a hurt dude. It's like you throw crutches in the middle of the locker room, you see people scattered like roaches. You don't even want that to be close to you. So you almost get alienated in a sense because you don't want to be like you said, it happened for me. I got guys getting my dinner and guys taking me home because I can't do nothing. So it definitely takes a toll on you in all aspects because you go from being a teammate.
And just the human aspect. Let me interject this. People don't understand, man. Everybody struggles with having to depend on other people.
Yeah.
You don't understand how that messes with just the human psyche, having to depend on other people.
That's right.
Just to eat, just to be able to get his meals.
Man, just to eat, just to shower. I had Rob help me get into the shower. I can't even do that.
Right.
So it's a real helpless feeling when you're on a team where everybody's about strength, raw speed, power, and you just like the crippled in the corner, But through those times of challenge, you really find yourself to being like, well, I can get bigger in the weight room. I can do this to get better. I can sidetrack myself. There's many different things you can do, but it doesn't bring the feeling back that you're a part of the team until you can get on the field again. Yeah. So it's a real retreat. I like to call your injury period a retreat of inner focus. You're going to have to get spiritual because, when you get to this point, you so damn close to the money.
Right.
You've been taking 20 years. Little League, Pop Warner, BS football camps, college visits, recruit. You finally get to the playing part where you get to the money. It's a really emotional thing for guys. So getting hurt that close to it is so many different emotions you're getting through. And so, like I said, Todd Light told me that one of the better things to hear when you hurt, he's like, you don't even count as a vet until you come back from an injury. So they call you a rookie till you get hurt. Because if you're a true pro and you really sticking with this, you can battle back from injury. So for Jadarian Price, it's an early injury that he can battle back from where it doesn't matter, quote unquote, because you're young. Taking an injury like this when you Josh Adams, year 4 or 5 down the line, it's an emotional thing. It's an emotional thing.
Yeah.
So I'm happy and bad and sad that it happened when it did, but in a good thing, you got 3 years of being stronger. You're probably stronger than you was taking a natural freshman year where you played little games. You was getting big the whole time.
Mm.
Now you like a year ahead.
Yeah.
On a body readiness level, So it's gonna be fun to see him out there. And I think with him not having the 50 carries, you're gonna see a better Jadarian Price because of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Lucky Lefty podcast. Hey, he also talked about Jared Parker, man. Check this out, man.
Parker, just him as a person. He's a good father. He's a good mentor. He's a great coach. So I think he's a good addition to our team. And I love that we kept it in the family and we helped him up in the rankings. So I think it'll be a good season. And he has a lot of good plays for us, and he knows what he's doing. So.
Gerard Parker is what Sam Hartman is to the team. You're coming into a situation where you're going to be required a lot more than just being walked into a position. There's no excuses for Sam, no excuses for Gerard Parker. And the only reason why I don't like the personality shares at a time like this is because I don't want to hear how good of a guy he is if we're losing games. Because then I'm gonna think he's a bad guy. Don't set me up and say he a family man. He go to church 5 times a day. He calls me about my homework, and then he out there losing every game. Because then that make me mad. Like, we didn't hire you to be a friend. We hired you to be a coach. Like, if my plumber came over to fix the toilet, I don't care if he's a family man and, likes to eat pizza on Sundays and tell funny jokes. I want my toilet fixed because if my toilet not fixed, I'm going to be mad. So I do appreciate that Gerard Parker's a great guy, a guy that you would want to play for. I just want that to match up with being a top 5 scoring offense. Be great on that, and then we can take all the other stuff.
And the star of the spring at the running back position to a lot of people, Jabron Payne. He just talked about everything, how he's feeling and moving forward.
I would say I'm very explosive. I'm getting my weight up, so I can run through the tackles. I would say that too. Motivation is just my family, and that's what I would say. My family.
Personal goals coming into the spring?
Just to work on me. Honestly, I don't have any big goals. Just to do all the right things right, and just do all the right things right.
What things are you working on?
I work on everything. Like I said, the details of everything. So that comes from running tracks, running routes, ball security, everything. So working on everything.
I'm gonna need some better questions from our journalists back there.
Bro, let me tell you something. I was gonna leave this alone. I will say this.
I need some better questions.
Let me tell you, this is weird because I don't do this. Because I went through the gauntlet of when you intern, you go into the White Sox locker room, you just get audio, right? You let the elder statesmen ask their questions first, out of respect. Okay, and then if you want to stay behind and
catch the scrap questions,
yes, then okay, you work on your craft doing that. But listen to them because you don't want to repeat the same thing.
That's the worst thing you can do.
10 minutes later, because now the players are going to be looking at you like, always learn that. They asked Deland McCullough about playing time. And Deland McCullough clearly laid out what he believes. Everybody plays. Like, I'm playing all these dudes.
Yeah.
Jadarian Price comes up. They ask Jadarian Price. Coach McCullough, says, he likes to divvy up the carries and play everybody. Like, are you cool with that? Or do you like being more of a feature back? Why would you even act? If he just said that, why would you even ask the run? Why would you ask any of the running backs this? Ask Jabron Payne the same question. What are you trying to do?
Yeah, what is you trying to write?
What, dude?
Like, what's the point of the story? You ask one dude one thing just to circumnavigate it and try to.
Man, it was the craziest thing, bro.
Amongst the people.
And both of the running backs answered the same way. Man, I love the way Coach Mack does it. I love the way he does it. That means that motivates. That means I can play.
Love Coach Mack. And so I'm trying to tear their boys against each other, man.
I just thought it was strange. I was like, the coach just told you his philosophy. And you literally just sat up here and asked the players, do they agree with the coach's philosophy?
Because what do you want him to go in there and be like, I want the whole thing. Like, what you? They just trying to write dissension. That's all.
Let's get ready to get out of here, man, and have a great weekend. Get some of these questions and comments. We have a super sticker from my guy, Mac 10. Thank you for the super sticker. Crystal Rose says, if you had to pick one player who shows out big in the blue and gold game,
I just want the freshmen to do well. Give me a freshman to pop
yeah,
out.
that is kind of like something to let your freshman kind of shine.
For a vanilla game, I want to see a freshman do well.
Yeah, I agree with that. Captain and Coach 70. Bottom line, if you are a running back in Notre Dame, being a running back in Notre Dame is very attractive. Excellent O-line plus a balanced pro-style offense. Marcus Freeman and Deland McCullough, and it's a no-brainer.
No-brainer.
Paola or Pala? I'm interested in knowing how to correctly pronounce that. With the depth at running back, are you guys expecting more two-back formations this year?
I'm expecting a little bit of everything. I think if we were to lean on running game more, you can see that.
Yeah.
But hell, I just want to see some production, explosives.
Brian DeLoach, listening from St. Lucia, can't miss my favorite podcast. First of all, you didn't have to tell us you were in St. Lucia, bro. But I hope
blue over there.
Man, I hope you have a great vacation, and thank you for taking some of your vacation time to tap in with us.
Just take us to St. Lucia next time.
Yeah, just make sure you go to CFB Nation and download the podcast after we're done.
That's right.
That's right. Noob Life. He says, I would choose Notre Dame because I'm a 41-year-old man, but what attracts the young elite recruits?
Like Dion said, families. You got a good home. They can tell you what you don't know, what you need to know. Good advice to prepare you for the future. But I think if you're thinking ahead, not everybody thinks with a foresight or forethought or even things past the next day. And I think if you're a recruit taking your recruitment serious and you get opportunities like Notre Dame, we don't have to go there, but it's a serious thought to have because of how it can benefit you when in doubt. And I think having an insurance plan when you're making a life decision in that case, and it's a choice. Nowadays, it's not much of an insurance plan because you can just leave if you want to.
Yeah.
But you don't want to now with Notre Dame ain't playing a negotiation with terrorists. So you better choose wisely. But that's life. You got to choose wisely anyway. And I think Notre Dame's a place you don't want to pass up because when you go to these other schools and see it for what it is, you can be like, damn, I could have went to the school in the hometown. I'm getting the same type of things. Notre Dame, you just get a little different. So if you like different, you get different. If you don't, then you do what you're comfortable with.
So Logan Diggs did not come to the podium to meet with the media, but he was mic'd up for practice on the same day.
You, man.
Great, bro. How you doing?
Hey, look, it's camera.
How you doing?
It's the camera right there.
Show him your bicep. Show him how much creatine he got in his muscles. I get $500,000 just to walk out. I've been listening to that all day, all last night. I get $500,000 just to walk out. I can't stop singing it.
And I got it. Oh, he's mic'd up! He's mic'd up!
Bro. Chill.
Hey,
bro.
I just want to know, I miss you, brother. I
miss
just wish
you,
you were
bro.
back out here.
Secrets. Yeah, let me hear something.
Choose the love.
Choose the love.
Earn your trust. You know what I mean?
That's a secret?
That's
I
it.
can
You
see
got to
it
know
to
that. You got to earn your trust. You know what I mean? Earn it. Oh, no.
It's too late already.
Choose the love. Irish Nation, what's good?
From who?
The biggest fit.
Yeah. Look at Coach Roach coming look for me. Watch this.
Bro, you can't hide from me.
The most boring part of the vlog, 20 minutes of bike. I'm at like 5 miles already, bro.
No, you're
You don't
at
think I should be done already?
You're doing great. 207.
You can see that for real?
Yeah. See that?
Oh.
Yeah.
I couldn't even see that. You could just call me in the live. Look at Joe. Put it on Joe. Let's give Joe make Joe some content. We need to get Joe on social media. He's the best left tackle in the country. He only got like 2,000 followers on Instagram. Give him a little shout out. Hey, how loud is this fan? I wish I could hear you, you know? Like, I know you can hear me, but I wish I could hear you. Let's play some football, bro. Forgot. I'm a coach.
Hey, Fish, you're on deck.
I'm a coach for a little while. It's crazy when you think about it. You really watch and look at your position the whole practice. Don't get set. It's gonna be a quick. Soon as you come down, you trying to get to the flat. Why would you get set? Why would you get set if you about to leave right away? You know what I'm saying? I need a bath. Can I have a Gatorade, please? Thank you. Coaching take a lot out you, bro. Let me get some grapes. You want some? Yeah. Let me say you might eat all of them. Yo.
Can I get like 2 grapes, bro?
Yeah. Everybody eating all my grapes, bro. Ooh, that might be a sack. That's definitely a sack.
Yo.
That's a... Damn.
My goodness.
Yeah, you getting that pass off, though?
No.
Huh?
I'm done. But, I mean...
That was a dot, though.
Yeah. That's
a laser. I can't wait to play football again. That's all she wrote. Wrap it up. Number 88, Mitchell Evans signing out.
Yo, I love that dude. That dude has so, man, I see why people like him too. I see why they like him, man. That's Logan Diggs. And that is, I think, you know,
that's all Louisiana guys. He got that home feel. That's your homeboy, man. He just,
man, that's a kid that you like, resilient, went through a lot. I'm happy he's going to end up being a Notre Dame man at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know, and it's so funny because when these players are injured at practice, they don't just get to chill. When you saw him on the bike, see, that's how loose it was when Brian Kelly was at Notre Dame.
Well, you know, it's like Brian Kelly was a focused man. Now, if you really wasn't, if you didn't have no business with him, he had no business with you. He wasn't about to go out his way to be like, hey, how you feeling, man? He like, man, look, I am at practice. I am not at practice.
So what I'm saying is, look, I've literally seen it with my own eyes, especially in the fall. That's why Jadarian got so big. Because they had the free weights on the side during practice, and Jadarian was just on the bike.
Jadarian know where he's going.
Waiting it up.
Look,
every practice.
Knows where he's going.
Every practice. And it was like, oh, okay.
He's going to be special, man. Jadarian.
So they told that cat Logan, hey, man, do your 5 miles on that bike.
He comfortable. He can tell he a vet. You know, been through it. He like, look, I'm enjoying this little spring. You know, I'm milking the injury if I got one.
Right.
I'm gonna hit the bike, man. I'm on the camera right now. You know what I'm saying? Let me get my digs in because they're gonna be sweat. You don't wanna be huffing and puffing because they're gonna be working you. You know what I mean?
Thanks.
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it, little strength coach. You know.
You know what time it is.
Petticoat. Petticoat Junction.
It's time to get petty.
Oh, we did a good job executing.
Are you upset with something?
And fire up the Petticoat Junction train.
I just don't like you.
You don't?
No.
What is today's petty historic? Petty Junction.
Petty Junction, Petty Story of the Day, brought to you by Onora Whiskey, OnoraWhiskey.com, that premium American whiskey, OnoraWhiskey.com. Our pettiness comes from the clip we just showed you. Of course, you know, I had to alley-oop it. Notre Dame fans, all of you all, on the petty train. How in the world do you have the best left tackle in all of the nation and he only has 2,000 followers on Instagram?
Because it don't matter. He's about to make 200,000. About to make 200 million.
Notre Dame fans, what are we doing?
No, keep doing what you're doing. Don't distract him. He's on his way. If you didn't follow him now, if you didn't follow him then, don't follow him now. Let that man collect his little bread and get to moving on.
He's currently at 3,159. Look, J Alt 16, man. That dude needs to be at 10,000 by the end of the month.
No.
We're talking about Joe Alt.
We don't need the distractions. He might not
know distractions. That's love.
With all that attention.
That's love. You know how many Notre Dame fans exist around the world?
Love. He might make 30 million. Love. I want
That's
the 30 million.
NFL love. That's not fan base love. That's
Man, get it.
NFL love.
I'll take the fan love after. Give me the 30 million with 2,000 followers. Let me stay humble. Let me collect that 30 mil, and then you can follow me all day. Look, I'm a vlog. Look, I'm a vlog. Take my picture, build my content. Let me get my 30 mil first. First round pick tackle. Let's go.
Man, go follow Joe Alt. J Alt 16. Come on, man. That's petty, Notre Dame fans. That's petty. Hey, bro. How you feeling? How you think this is going? How you think next week's gonna go down, man? Because I really like how they had Teddy right now. They can do whatever they want to do with it.
Franklin gonna not kill him because he want to get his money back first.
Facts.
But I think they should rough him up a lot.
Rough him up a lot.
Rough him up a lot. I thought Louis was gonna sell him out, but Louis cool. Louis cool for now.
She was trying to take out all of her frustration in the punches. I'm like, Louis, you're not hitting hard enough.
Him for a minute. Franklin been getting punched, slapped, kicked, beat up all for 6 seasons. He's like, you gotta hit me. You gotta hit me. I'm ready.
Yo, he was talking about Uso to his girlfriend. He was like, man, that dude he was less nervous in the cage with the tiger. And I was like, oh, they were in the tiger cage together. Like, that's crazy. But the contrast of who Franklin is right now, and at the end of season 1, last episode, when the ice cream truck rolls up and all the kids want ice cream, and dude is like, where your money? And he's just like, hey, you come down this block, you serve them every day. I got you. Man, it just shows you how fast life can change somebody, man.
You trying to stay safe, get real fast.
Man, Lucky Lefty Podcast. Everyone, don't forget, go right now. Start right now. It won't happen until the start of the season, but we are transitioning from our content being on Irish Breakdowns, podcast and Spotify feeds, exclusively to CFB Nation. So you might as well go and start downloading our podcast over at CFB Nation right now. Get used to doing so right now. We greatly appreciate you, all of your support. Subscribe to Lucky Lefty on YouTube. Hit the like button. Helps with our views. And subscribe today. For the original Lucky Lefty, I'm Shaun Davis, man. Have a great weekend. The best of Lucky Lefty on Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Former Notre Dame linebacker. Oh, I forgot which
It's
one.
Lee Beckton.
No, Lee Beckton is next week, next Wednesday.
Oh.
But the best of Lucky Lefty interview is Pete Burcich. I'm sorry.
Pete Burcich, yep.
Pete Burcich on Sunday. All right. So, the left, I'm Shaun Davis. Have a fantastic weekend, but most of all, make sure that you spend it different.